Well, hello there. Come on in. I'm Chris Brown. I'm your humble chimney sweep. I was just going over your chimney inspection report, but now that you're here, make yourself comfortable. Let's go over it together, shall we? Okay, now let's take a look at the inspection report and see how it reads out. This is a generic report. This is exactly what you will get, only your information obviously will be filled into all these blanks. The upper right hand corner of the report is the legend. Each one of these initials pertain to something. A is consistent with the age of the chimney. B, see comments below. C, repairs needed. D, need further evaluation. Or E, not applicable. And they're placed into the boxes next to the parts of the chimney that can be easily identified in this diagram. And then, of course, you'll find my comments here below. Now, let's take a look at your personal report. So stay with me. Hey, Elena, I was out at the property on Cyrus and met with your sister-in-law out at the house to inspect the chimney for you. And I want to take a moment and go over the inspection report if I may. The first thing you see in this picture, you can see some smoke stains up here. Well, the reason for that is the mason started out with a proper size flue. Let's go here. This is a kind of a good depiction of the side view of a typical masonry chimney. They started out with right here in the beginning with a proper size flue, and then they reduced it the rest of the way up. Not only did they reduce it, but they left out a flue section. Well, what that means is this thing doesn't draw well. It's never going to draw well. It'll always belch smoke or carbon monoxide back into the house if you burn wood or vented gas logs. Now, in the end of the story here, I'm going to recommend gas logs in the end, but certainly not vented. So this thing is, it's a health hazard. Smoke and gas is going to come into the back into the house. There are some cracks in the back wall of the firebox that's easily repaired. If we look inside, we can see up and in, or in and up, we can see that there is no damper. This is where a traditional damper would be installed. Never has been one in here. You can see all the missing mortar in the smoke chamber. This is the area where it gathers before it goes up to flue. And you can see right here that it had a 13 by 13 flue, which is standard size flue. And of course, we have a standard size fireplace opening. So that was a match. But then things started to deteriorate from there. So if we look at the flue, you see again 13 by 13, but then when we scan the chimney, we can see that it reduced down to an 8 by 13. Right off the bat, that creates a back pressure that's going to force smoke and gases back into the house. Not only that, but they're missing a flue section in here. This might be a better choice of pictures here for you to look at. There's a whole 1 foot section of flue. So the result is a leaky chimney, and that's just not good. So if we go up on top, it's got a stainless steel cover covering both the furnace flue, which is on the 8 by 8 side, and then this is the fireplace side. You can see it's 8 by 13. You can also see in what rough shape the top of the chimney's in. It's so rough that you can even pull a brick or broken brick out by hand. So I need some repairs to the top of the chimney. Needs some repairs in the firebox area. But I wouldn't recommend trying to repair the flue system, because in the end it's going to, you could replace the flue system. You may end up tearing down the chimney, because now you're trying to put a larger flue and a better flue. When I say better, I mean one that's all sealed into an opening that didn't have that size to begin with. So just to recap, the chimneys got too small of a flue system, and so relining the chimney and rebuilding it would actually run you probably somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000. So somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000 to rebuild the chimney. We don't have gas to the property. That was my recommendation, and maybe in the future, vent-free gas logs will be a much better choice in here. Vent-free gas logs are complete combustion, no carbon soot, no carbon monoxide, no worries about what the disposition, the inside of the flue is. So, so that's where we stand. If you're not going to rebuild the inside of the chimney, then vent-free gas logs will be a better choice once you have gas someday to the property. So hope that wasn't too confusing. Please give me a call, 704-526-6348. You can email me at chris@affordablesweep.com. Thanks.